What's up, everybody? Couch Mills here, coming at you with a brand new Valorant video, and in this video we got the freaking patch 3.05 full leaked, goddammit, and we're gonna be breaking it all down so that you know exactly what is gonna be in it and what to look forward to, because there's a lot of goddamn content. Now, before we get to that, go to the GameLeap website for everything you need to dominate patch 3.05 Act 2, but let's jump right into the video. Now, remember, we're most likely getting a new agent, and we're definitely getting a new map in this act, and this is all stuff in addition to. So let's kick it off with the most insane changes. The agent changes right off the bat is Breach. His Aftershock now deals damage to the following: Killjoy Alarm Bot, Killjoy Nanoswarm, Killjoy Lockdown, Cypher Trip, Reyna Leer, Sage, Barrier Orb, Sova Recon Bowl, and KO/0 Point. Now, honestly, this is a pretty big deal on Breach. I've been saying for a while that Breach needs a buff in some capacity, and the fact that you could use this to counter something like Killjoy's Lockdown, that's legitimately pretty powerful. On top of that, being able to clear out extra forms of utility on the point, specifically like Trap Wire and Alarm Bot, this is all gonna be really nice, and if you need to clear off a point from Nanoswarms or different things like that, I think this is gonna be an overall good change for Breach, a character who definitely is powerful, but his pick rate has just been really lagging behind lately, and I think this is going to be great for him. Next up, we got to talk about Brimstone. Orbital Strike now deals damage to the following: Killjoy Nanoswarm, Cypher Trap, Sage Barrier Orb, Sova Recon Bolt, and K0 is the same thing as before. Now, here's the thing, I really like that they're buffing Brimstone because he is one of the least picked characters in the entire game, definitely the least powerful controller by far, and this is just better for his ultimate to line up against different types of utility. I think it's kind of funny, the idea that you're like orbital striking a barrier orb and it just like doesn't even care, but now it actually freaking gets destroyed. That's kind of funny. And while I don't necessarily think that this is going to be an insane thing to like counter like a Nanoswarm or a Trap Wire or anything like that, I do think it's nice that if you use Orbital Strike to, like, let's say take U-Haul, you don't have to worry that there's a Trap Wire there or a Nanoswarm there, because you just cleared it all out no matter what. And I definitely think that's going to be important for how you play the character and how you make plays with the character. And next up, we got to talk about Killjoy. Now, they said this about Killjoy: Killjoy's turret is a versatile ability that provides information, chip damage, and a powerful slow. While manageable during mid to later rounds, the turret can be expressively oppressive on pistol rounds down longer sightlines, where the tagging intensity combined with weapon spread makes it challenging to press forward. These changes aim to slightly tone down the turret's ability to impede rushes and give opponents more counter play options. Holy shit. Let's give it a hand for Ryan. I've been saying this shit for like since the beginning. Like, why? Well, Killjoy turret is so much like more powerful on pistol round than any other round when gunplay is at its lowest. This Killjoy turret can just feel like something that you legitimately want to avoid, because even focusing it down can do so much goddamn damage, can gum you up, slow you down more than any other ability. It's just freaking nuts. And the fact is, they changed it so bullet tagging reduced from 72.5% slow to 29.5% slow. That is just freaking amazing. I mean, I don't know what to say. Riot, yeah, you answered all my prayers. Now, this is going to be a really big deal for weakening Killjoy overall. Just so you know that, we're going to have to see how much this affects her power level. I do think that some of the most powerful things that she does, specifically having lockdown for retake and still just getting information with her turret, all that's the same. But as far as how much free value you're going to get out of the turret, especially during that pistol round, it's going to be far, far less. And then when they have rifles, it's going to be even weaker and less effective. So yeah, I do think that this is a good step in the right direction, but it is going to weaken Killjoy. For some of you Killjoy mains, this might be something that you don't agree with, but let me know down below, what do you think? Now, the next character we got to talk about is Raze. The Boombot's ability to clear space, spot, and track opponents, as well as one-shot enemies with light shields, left you with limited options on how to counterplay, especially during low economy rounds. So we're trading off reduced damage output for an ability cost reduction in order to introduce more Boombot counterplay options. This should also increase the frequency that Raze mains can use Boombot to create space. Boombot max damage reduced from 125 to 80, min damage reduced from 50 to 30, cost reduced from 40 to 30. Now, overall, I do think that this is a good change, honestly. Now, of course, we want him to be cheap. We want Boombot to be really cheap and do all the same stuff it used to do. But honestly, that was extremely powerful, and it doesn't look like that's the type of direction that they want to push Raze into. I do really think that the cost has been a prohibiting factor, and the fact that the cost is a lot cheaper now is just amazing for the character. Yeah, you're not going to be getting the same amount of damage, but honestly, especially as you climb the levels, the damage is not the big factor. It's the information. That's the key. Being able to clear out that space, find enemies, and put them in a situation where they just can't possibly win between a rock and a hard place. So I do think that this is a good change overall, and I think Raze mains are gonna especially like the fact that at 300 credits, you can buy this in that pistol round, and it's not just terrible because you can't buy the ghost and you have a lot less options. I think that overall, this is a really great change for Raze. Now for map updates, it does say new map Fracture is alive. Now, important to note, this does not say that the new agent is alive, so there's a chance that the agent is actually not on this patch. We have no idea as of yet. It also could be something they're sandbagging and it's not in these changes. While they've heavily teased a new agent, that doesn't necessarily mean it will be live right off the bat, or maybe it's going to be something that they do as a surprise. We're gonna have to wait and see on that one. Now, Fracture, of course, is 100% live, and we're gonna talk about that in a second down below, but let's first get to the competitive updates. Immortal 1, 2, 3 ranked tiers are back. The leaderboard will update to distinguish between those of you in each Immortal tier. Updated rank grouping restrictions to accommodate the return of Immortal 1, 2, and 3. Diamond 1 can now play with Immortal 1, Diamond 2 can play with Immortal 2, and Diamond 3 can play with Immortal 3. This pretty much makes sense for the most part, and I think that it's definitely an interesting way to do it. And remember, when you're at the highest rank, it's only a 1 rank apart, you know, from Diamond 1 to Immortal 1. As you get lower, it's a lot more flexible, where you could be even 2 ranks ahead or apart from each other. So that's just something to keep in mind. As you climb, it gets less and less. Now, they also adjusted the competitive rank distribution. We talked about that in a previous video, how they're really going to try to spread out the silver rank into a lot of other ranks where it was way too stacked. So some people are going to be pushed up, some people are going to be pushed down, but for the most part, the ranking system is going to be feeling a lot of changes, and you're going to feel that this act. And hopefully, if they get everything right, things will stabilize. Now, there's also going to be a Fracture only queue in this patch. The queue is standard unrated mode that will give players a chance to practice the new map before they see it in competitive play. Remember, Fracture will not be in competitive play for 2 weeks, and the Fracture only mode will be available for those 2 weeks. Afterwards, it goes into competitive, so it gives plenty of people time to practice. Now, does that mean people will freaking practice? No. Does that mean after the 2 weeks is over, people are going to be in your games all over the place that have never touched the map? Yes, it does, and that's frustrating, but you know, if you learn the map ahead of time and then go to the GameLeap website to get in-depth breakdowns of the map, you're gonna have a super leg up advantage, and you're gonna be able to know all the angles and just dominate on this map, get some free win percentage. Now, next up, we do gotta talk about Premium Battle Pass bonus XP. Updating to the Premium Battle Pass will grant a 3% XP bonus towards Battle Pass tier progression for all matchmaking games into the end of Act 2. We believe the Battle Pass experience is at its best when you're able to earn hype rewards as you unlock tiers, hitting major milestones and feeling good about what you earned. This is not retroactive, so upgrading early will give you access to the most amount of XP. The XP bonus does not apply towards daily or weekly missions, so more XP, that's nice. I think for the most part, this is just gonna allow people to get through the Battle Pass a little bit quicker if you're paying for it, if you're coughing up that dough, you know what I'm saying? But social updates, updating AFK detection logic to deter players from farming Battle Pass account levels by AFKing in game modes like Deathmatch and Snowball Fight. I think this is really important because it's very frustrating to pop into a deathmatch and then have, like, you know, 3 to 5 people that are obviously AFK for whatever reason, and it just makes it so it just feels slow and kind of boring, if I'm being honest. The last up is performance updates, updating the ping calculation to exclude the server frame time, updated markers used by NVIDIA Reflex. NVIDIA Reflex is used to reduce and measure rendering latency. This update should allow Reflex to better place frames by adding present markers as well as fixes some older markers. So all in all, this freaking patch is stacked. New agent or no new agent, the new map plus all the changes, pretty much every single change on this, I'm 100% for. Especially the Killjoy change, but buffs to Brimstone, buffs to Aftershock. Oh, god damn it, dude. I forgot the silver changes. All right. Retroactively, I'm going back to the silver changes. Hunter's Fury now deals damage to the following. Killjoy now to Swarm, Cypher, Trapwire, Save, Barrier Orb. The same thing as the Brimstone on Afterstrike. He got the same treatment. I don't know why I just, like, selectively didn't read about Sova, but honestly, this is gonna be good. It just lets you get more information about what things are clear, and it really just helps you kind of blaze the path for your teammates in some situations. I think that's pretty cool, but honestly, I think with his specific ultimate, it matters the least compared to the other ones. But definitely let me know what you think about all these changes down below. Are you hyped about this patch? Are you kind of disappointed? Did you want to see some more aggressive changes? Did you want to see Viper nerfs, and Yoru reworks. I really want to know all of that down below. And go to the GameLeap website for everything you possibly need. Thank you so much for coming by. I love your faces, and I'll see you next time.